Jennifer, any opportunity that I get to get my weather geek on just warms my little heart. And I got to totally geek out for about the last 7 days.
Yes, you did.
Oh, and by the way, I can do this now. Nailed it!
Yes, yes. You can actually gloat on screen now instead of just our chat.
48 inches, SeaTac Airport, 8.9 inches.
Yeah, there's a
I get
lot
to
of lights.
gloat by a tenth of an inch. but I'll t- but I'll take it. And by the way, I should have fired this off earlier. If you were a new malcontent and you're like, oh, you have a show, because we see this happens all the time. We pick up a bunch of people when we have a weather event, and then it's like, oh God, they do politics and shit. I don't want to see any of that stuff and unfollow. So here's the thing. malcontentnews.com. There is a section there, malcontentnews.com, whack category, whack weather. You can just bookmark that. If you just want weather, bookmark that. You can go there for weather. We would love for you to stick around and watch the show and see our other coverage. We might change your mind on some things. It's doubtful in our current society, but we might. But you also get a chance to hear what the other side at least is thinking. And
Yep.
we like open dialogue. And by the way, if you are rational and not of our political stripes, we love your comments. It's just if
Yep.
you're going to come in and type Trump 2024 over and over again, yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's not contributing to discourse. So we love you. Love us back. Spam those hearts. Let those mods and admins know that they love you. And don't forget to amplify this out. If you're watching us on Facebook, you can share. You could do a watch party. If you're watching us on Periscope or Twitter, you could retweet us out. If you are watching us on Twitch or YouTube, you could go, hey, really cool content right here. But Jennifer, it snowed and everybody was happy. Well, not everybody, and we're going to get into that, but a lot of people were happy.
Yeah, for like a day, but I was tired of not being able to leave my house. Um, and it was wet and cold, and my dog did not want to go outside because it was like up to her belly. So that was kind of a chore. But whatever, it was pretty for a day.
Yoda, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, was a total snow hound. So he was, say, maybe up to about 13 or 14 years old. He's and he would be running and doing like most dogs, rolling in the snow. Um, he's old and he's so over it. He was just like, oh, what the hell is this? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And the cat treated snow like it was hot lava. And I have to confess, I got the cat and I plopped him down in the snow. Like, dude, this is not hot lava.
Yeah.
And then the cat actually was like running out like through the snow. It was kind of like, oh my God, what's it like? Oh, oh, this is kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. My dogs did not share that sentiment. My horse doesn't mind the snow, but he's also got like a waterproof blanket on and, you know, whatever. But I was not fond of it. My daughter did not go outside the entire time. She's 17 and she's like, yuck, it's cold and I'll get dirty. But my son was like out there in shorts, running around, sliding down hills, doing all sorts of crazy stuff because, you know, he's 14 and that kind of stuff is fun. But yeah, I'm kind of glad it's going away.
So, SeaTac Airport received 8.9 inches of snow on Saturday through the combined event. Friday to Saturday received 11.1 inches of snow. The 8.9 inches of snow is actually the most snow to fall in a single day at SeaTac Airport since 1968. And I know that a lot of people, when we posted that stat up, will wait. What about this year? What about that year? And so, of course, the first one everyone goes, well, what about 1996? Now, I wasn't here in 1996, but my understanding is that 1996 was a shit show with a turd on top when it came to how much snow fell. The National Weather Service from 1996 to 2003 said punt formation for measuring snow at SeaTac Airport as well as other weather stations. So they didn't measure the snow for those years. So there is no record on how much snow fell at SeaTac Airport. What they did is they melted it down and they just treated it as inches of rain. After 2003, somebody at the National Weather Service went, this was a really stupid idea.
Yeah.
We should be measuring the snow. So that's why 1996 is out, because we don't know. Then the next one, a lot of people go, what about 2008? Now, I was here for 2008, and I was living in the convergent, like in the heart of the conversion zone at that time. But here's the thing. The event over 2008 was spread out over 6 days, and SeaTac Airport never got more than 3 inches in a single day. However, the further north you went, including within the city of Seattle, the closer you got to that convergence zone, the more you got. And Jennifer, at my house, at one point, there was 17 inches of snow on the ground.
Yeah, that's a lot. I remember I was here in 2008. It was like right around Thanksgiving, right? When we had that big snowstorm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the December snowpocalypse.
Yeah. It was really bad. And then we had another one, in like 2019, because that was the year I took my PhD exams. And I had to like put off my oral exams for 6 weeks. And it was the most stressful time of my entire life. So that was fun. Yay, snow.
And then the next one, some people are asking, well, what about 2019? Because February, we set the record for the most snow in a single month. But again, that was spread out over multiple events. We didn't have this singular event that happened. Now, this caused numerous accidents in the area as travel went from difficult to extremely difficult to nearly impossible. We were storm chasing on Friday, and by Saturday, by about 2 a.m, I-5 was certifiably the worst I have ever seen it in the 21 years that I have lived here, and was darn near impassable from about exit 140 to exit 147 in particular. And we actually have a video clip, Jennifer, that I'm going to share from I-90 on Saturday.
Wow.
Jennifer!
Yeah.
Fire the video editor!
Fire
their ass!
What did you do now?
That video was from Matt Smith.
Yeah, I was texting my mother. So like
It's going to be one of those friggin' days. I could just tell it's going to be one of those I'm glad this wasn't a paid client, because they would be firing my ass tonight. That video's from Matt Smith. Matt Smith, that is his car in that video. Matt was uninjured for the most part. However, he is an avid skier, and I guess apparently his skis got, when he got hit with the truck, got torn off the rack, and his skis are destroyed, and he's really disappointed about that.
Wow. Yeah, well, could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, so, and then there's another thing. I mean, we're talking about this and all of the positives, but there are some negative things. Jennifer and I talked about this on Monday. We talked about this on Thursday, and it played out as kind of we predicted. And this is one of these, I don't want this, I told you so. I want you to be friggin' wrong. I want to be so friggin' wrong on this. And unfortunately, we're not. On Monday, we started reaching out Sunday night to multiple municipalities, asking them what are they going to be doing for warming shelters, particularly on the east side, because we are east side based, so that we cover a ton of stuff in the region and we do some national coverage on things. And we were told that King County said, don't open up any shelters because of COVID. We got it covered. And then they put out an announcement on Wednesday night going, we're going to have stuff open starting Wednesday night, but we don't exactly know where you're going to go on Wednesday night yet. And Jennifer, to this day, I don't know. I'm under the impression that actually nothing ended up open on Wednesday. It was just like they dropped the ball. They opened up 4 shelters for Thursday night, 200 beds to accommodate 12,000 unhomed people. And for the rest, as we had talked about on Thursday, they had opened up a station to distribute tents and sleeping bags. Well, that worked with 8.9 inches of snow. And within the city of Seattle itself, there were a lot of reports of 10 to 12 inches of snow. Mm-hmm. It went just as we said it would, Jennifer, right? It's like they're not giving them REI Mountaineering $450 four-season snow tents, right? They're giving them minimum essentials, good enough for Seattle in the rain. And the tents all collapsed. There's a ton of unhomed people that had their tents destroyed on Saturday or Sunday and then had nowhere to sleep and everything soaked in the process.
Yeah.
Way to go, Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Seattle should be like so ashamed of itself for the way that it treats unhomed people and the resources that fails to funnel into things that are actually useful rather than just doing lip service. And this is one of those times where you hate to be right about things, but it just goes to show how little of a plan Seattle really has to address this ongoing issue of unhomed people.
It really is. And I keep bringing up the $1 billion a year number, and I'm going to keep hammering the $1 billion a year number. You can help. You can help unhomed people get on their tents. I want to share this out here. So, Mutual Aid is working on this. You can send Venmo at Gator Aid, that's AID Ferry, or Cash App at Gator, GATOR, Aid Ferry. This is part of Mutual Aid. They are working on buying tents as much as they can to help the unhomed and the unsheltered replace their damaged tents that were collapsed in the snow event. And now they're in the muck and the mud because everything is melting, and we have day of rain today. We're going to get more rain tomorrow.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I mean, I just wish people would just take a moment to think about, just have a little compassion and think about what it must be like to have very few belongings and things of your own as an unhomed person, and to have those things destroyed through a variety of means, through sweeps, through things that are out of your control, like weather. And I just hope that people that have the ability to do so show some compassion and donate to these mutual aid requests so that people can have a little bit of something that they can call their own during these very difficult times.
And I want to call out and say to our Twitter community in particular, please and thank you. Thank you for tagging us in these, because we do amplify them. We amplify them on Twitter. We'll amplify them on Instagram. If we get these on a day that we're doing happy hour, we're going to amplify them on happy hour. So if there are requests out there for the unhomed community, keep letting us know, because we're going to keep sharing that information out. Jennifer, I think we've talked about snow long enough. I think here's the last question that people have. When's the next snow? As far out as I can see, we don't have anything below freezing as far out as the eye can see. And after tomorrow, our chances for a significant snowstorm start to go down pretty rapidly. I think a lot of people have probably noticed our days have gotten a lot longer in the last couple of weeks.
Yes, I have. It's amazing.
And I think with that, we'll go ahead and do a little pause for the cause again, and we'll move on to our next segment.
Black Coffee is a hub for communities and a hub for meeting people, making friends, and understanding.
What Black Coffee is to me is a place to actually call home, a place where Black youth will feel welcomed, where Black families will come and feel like they're at home.
What we're trying to build is more than just coffee. Community is something that we do naturally. We know who's in the community, we know what the deficits are, and we're trying to fix that. We want to bring people together.
My hope is that the phrase grounded in excellence shows up everywhere and that it becomes a movement.
I'm looking forward to hanging out at Black Coffee with my friends and feeling safe.
Black coffee to me means opportunity for people like me and my other friends and family to come here and do homework safely and hang out and stuff like that.
That is happening. It is happening.
Black Coffee Northwest, located in Shoreline, Washington, between 170th and 180th on the west side of the highway. They, I always say, check the website or check their Facebook page to find out their latest hours, because they do shift every now and then, and I just want to get it right. The coffee is from Africa. The coffee is amazing. And yes, here we go. Potato scones. Try the potato scones. They are so good. I also want to put a shout out. There's been a bunch of comments over there about Uncle Brad. If you're from Seattle, And if you have followed even 10 seconds of any coverage involved with Black Lives Matter, you know who Uncle Brad is. And Uncle Brad is working on getting like good sleeping bags into the hand of unhomed. And we absolutely love Brad. And Brad, straight up, I miss you, man. Like, really, I miss you. We're way overdue for a vegan cinnamon roll sometime. So